This comment said, homegirl is visibly uncomfortable, bruh. Let's go down, look, see what other people had to say after that. This comment stated, homegirl is visibly uncomfortable, but she was comfortable enough to dress like that in public. Make it make sense.
Angel Reese erupted in frustration after the Chicago Sky faced complete turmoil. As her stardom continued to grow, so did the criticism surrounding her, and not all of it was praise. Once a highly respected team, Chicago has now become just a shadow of what it used to be, with many pointing fingers at Angel Reese.
She don't want to be sexualized. Angel Reese has said time and time again, she never wanted to be sexualized. But look at the stuff you wear, bruh.
It all started with Teresa Weatherspoon, a true legend, who was forced to pack her bags and leave. With steroid allegations looming over her, Teresa decided it wasn't worth the trouble and walked away. And honestly, who could blame her? Nobody wants to be caught in the middle of that kind of chaos.
You can't teach that. I'm gonna go out and do whatever it takes to win, and every single night, my teammates rely on my energy. So being able to continue the energy, even if we're down, even if we're up, that's what I do.
Then came Kennedy Carter, a rising star in her own right. But she quickly saw the warning signs and chose to step away, deciding the league wasn't where she belonged anymore. Angel Reese had the talent and the promise of a bright future, but chasing a little extra cash seemed to dim that shine. Chicago, once at the top of the game, is now collapsing under the weight of egos, drama, and poor decisions.
But I'm assuming that wasn't the topic. She just seemed to be uncomfortable with him, because he's telling the truth.
Ever since Chicago's downfall, there's been an emptiness. A team that once gave fans hope now reduced to just a shadow of its former glory. It leaves everyone wondering if that spark will ever return. Let's be honest, this is the moment when fans start questioning whether this chaos will end up defining her legacy. Why let raw talent speak for itself, when the headlines are filled with everything but her game?
What a year. I never could have imagined last bucket of my rookie season would be a 3. But maybe God's saying give them a taste of what they'll be seeing more of in year 2, LOL.
It all began with an outfit, a pair of shorts and a crop top, that left many fans shaking their heads in disappointment. Angel Reese, once praised for her grit and unstoppable drive on the court, suddenly seemed to lose her way with a choice that didn't fit the image of the role model she had become for so many young athletes. The letdown wasn't just about what she wore. It was about the missed chance to stand tall and remind the world that her true worth lies in her skill, her passion, and her undeniable leadership in women's basketball. And of course, the backlash came fast, with critics everywhere accusing her of disrespecting the sport through her appearance.
Who has a new weekly podcast called Unapologetically Angel. Because I would have been like, how naive can you be? But she is young. She's only 22. And the reality is, the scrutiny that she's been subjected to is inexcusable, it's egregious, it's disgusting, it's wrong.
The disappointment cut deep. Fans who once cheered her every move now began questioning her judgment. This wasn't the Angel Reese they had grown to admire. The one who had become a beacon of hope in women's sports, breaking barriers and shattering stereotypes. Watching her make a choice that drew criticism and dimmed the spotlight on her achievements felt like witnessing a hero stumble. Please don't forget to like the video and subscribe my channel for more awesome content. Thanks.
No one's coming out to see crazy-ass Angel Reese unless they want to see her at a nightclub shaking her ass.
The disappointment only deepened as the whispers grew louder, accusations that struck harder than any debate over her wardrobe. Angel Reese, long admired for her strength and relentless drive on the court, suddenly found herself at the center of unfounded claims. Trolls desperate to tear her down latched onto the word steroids, questioning whether her dominance was truly her own. The obsession with attention was real, and so was the smear campaign. Instead of celebrating her stamina, power, and relentless energy, critics dissected and doubted them, suggesting her success couldn't possibly be natural. "She's got to be on something," sneered one cruel comment, turning her greatest qualities into targets for suspicion.
Angel Reese, you can't be the big bad wolf, but then kind of cry like Courage the Cowardly Dog. Nobody mourns when the villain catches an L. And Angel Reese, you have self-proclaimed to be.
And in a way, how could the questions not come? When someone shines as brightly as Angel Reese, people start to wonder if it's the pure light of hard work, or the artificial glow of something more sinister. She had always been an exceptional athlete, but now her accomplishments were being clouded by suspicion. Fans demanded answers. Was it tireless dedication, or was it steroids? For those who once celebrated her as the pride of the game, the rumors felt like a painful betrayal, shattering the trust they had placed in her.
Hot water after he made some strong comments about Angel Reese. Guys, this story is crazy.
The rivalry with Caitlin Clark only poured more fuel on the fire. Clark, often hailed as the golden girl of basketball, was cast as the perfect foil to Reese. Where Clark was praised for her composure and tireless work ethic, Reese was painted as brash and attention-seeking. It wasn't just a battle of playing styles, it became a clash of values. Clark's supporters seized every controversy surrounding Reese as proof of their star's supposed superiority. She could learn a thing or two from Caitlin. You don't see her chasing headlines for the wrong reasons, one fan tweeted. The comparisons came relentlessly, and while they weren't entirely fair, they stung. Reese, once viewed as unstoppable, now seemed distracted, tangled in drama rather than focused on the game. Her talent was no longer the story, her choices were. And that, perhaps, was the greatest loss of all.
Angel Reese told her lonely male followers, hating pays too. Translation, I need attention. Translation, I need money. Translation, nothing about me is authentic. Translation, I cannot be a star on my own.
The most shocking twist came with the wild speculation about Angel Reese's future. Critics, emboldened by the controversies, started suggesting she was drifting away from basketball entirely. The comments turned cruel. Some claimed she was on a path better suited for adult entertainment than professional sports. She's one step away from OnlyFans, one sneered. Another mocked, she should quit basketball and start modeling, it's clearly where she's headed. These remarks weren't just harsh, they were devastating. And yet, given some of her recent choices, many couldn't help but wonder if there was a grain of truth hidden in the exaggeration. Her focus appeared to be shifting, and not in a direction that reflected her role as an athlete and leader. Instead of sparking conversations about her dominance on the court, she was fueling debates about decency and professionalism. What happened to the Angel Reese who let her game speak louder than anything else?
She's dropping new episodes to her podcast, Unapologetically Angel, and yet again, she's using Caitlin Clark's name for clicks.
It's heartbreaking to watch. Angel Reese was set to be a trailblazer, someone who didn't just succeed in her sport but helped elevate it to new heights. Instead, she's become a magnet for controversy, much of it seemingly self-inflicted. From provocative clothing choices to whispers of performance enhancers to her constant presence in the spotlight, the message being sent is clear: talent alone isn't enough. And that's the tragedy, because her talent is undeniable. For her fans, disappointment has turned into frustration. How many young athletes dream of the platform Reese has? How many would give anything for the opportunities she's been given? Yet it feels as though she's trading respect for notoriety, substance for spectacle. People wanted to remember her as one of the greats, but now they are left wondering if she'll be remembered at all, or simply as another cautionary tale. The ripple effect is perhaps the most painful part. Reese's actions don't just affect her, they affect everyone who believed in her. Young girls who once saw her as a role model now see someone more focused on image than impact. Parents who once held her up as proof of hard work and perseverance are left searching for answers. And the sport itself, women's basketball, which desperately needs icons like Reese to grow and earn respect, takes yet another hit in the fight for recognition and equality.
I've been through so much. I've seen so much. I've been attacked so many times.
Angel Reese could have been so much more. She had the chance to be the player who reshaped the game, the leader who inspired a generation. Instead, she's become a source of controversy and disappointment. It's not too late for her to turn things around. But the question is, does she want to? Or has she already decided that simply being talked about, no matter the reason, is enough? Watching a star fall is never easy, especially when that star once had the potential to redefine her sport and inspire millions. Reese wasn't just a basketball player, she was a symbol of hope, resilience, and achievement. But somewhere along the way, the story changed. Instead of being praised for her undeniable talent, she's now the subject of whispers, rumors, and criticism. Much of it born from choices that feel like betrayals to those who once admired her. When she first stepped into the spotlight, Reese brought with her pride and determination. She didn't just play the game, she owned it. Her dominance on the court was unmatched, and her fiery personality was exactly what the sport needed. But then came the missteps, the decisions that transformed admiration into disillusionment. There's a difference between confidence and poor judgment, and Reese seems to have blurred that line. Take her controversial outfit on Wild 'N Out, For example, in today's world, where every move of a public figure is scrutinized, every choice matters. Reese knew she was under the spotlight, yet she wore something that, while harmless on its own, became the spark that ignited a firestorm of criticism. To many, it felt like she was trading the respect she had earned for fleeting attention. And that's the tragedy. Angel Reese doesn't need gimmicks. She already has the talent, the platform, and the potential to inspire simply through her game. Which leaves us asking, why walk into a storm she never needed to face in the first place?